Nancy Wilson is remembered as a great jazz singer, but the truth is that she was a pioneer of jazz, blues, pop, and soul music. There are a number of interviews with her in which the interviewer is asking her just which genre of music does she sing. And Nancy Wilson never allowed herself to be put in a box and told what she needed to do or how she needed to label herself as far as her career was concerned. No one could tell her what she needed to do when it came to making decisions. But that's just what Cecil B Moore tried to do. In the 1960s, Cecil B Moore was a politician, lawyer, and served as the president of the NAACP for a while. He's one of those activists who often gets mentioned in the same breath with Martin Luther King, and therefore people say that he is worthy of respect. Now, we always hear stories about these great civil rights leaders, and while some of them may have caused some change for the better, a lot of them exhibited behavior that was downright despicable when it came to Black women. And Cecil B Moore is one of those civil rights leaders. In response to hearing a rumor about Nancy Wilson not wanting to hire a Black attorney or accountant, he stormed her dressing room and her show stage to give her a piece of his ignorant mind about her business. Let's get into it. But first, if you like these videos about the most scandalous celebrities from yesteryear who make Ty's Hot Mess History a time capsule for the culture, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can know every time that I upload one of these videos or every time that I live stream. And comment, I subscribed, in the comment section so that I can say hello to you. Now, on to why you are here. Check out this story from the March 11th, 1965 issue of Jet magazine that breaks down the events of that night. The article is titled, Philly NAACP Chief Clashes with Singer Nancy Wilson. Quote, fireworks erupted at the plush multi-million-dollar Latin Casino in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, just across the Delaware River from Philadelphia, when fiery Philadelphia NAACP President Cecil B Moore invaded the nightery with a party of 20, commandeered a ringside table, and from this standpoint jeered and swore at singer Nancy Wilson for 45 minutes. The volatile attorney, whose passion for silk suits and an acid tongue have made him a controversial national figure, denied he called Miss Wilson a blank, and I do believe that B and B is for black, B-I-T-C-H, but I did call her an Aunt Jemima, B-I-T-C-H, from the audience, he corrected. End quote. So he's saying that he didn't call her a black B, but he did call her an Aunt Jemima B. So, back to the Jet article. Quote, Moore was irked over an article which first appeared in the Los Angeles Sentinel, which quoted the singer as saying it was impossible for her to find Negro lawyers and accountants with sufficient corporate experience to handle her affairs. Therefore, she had to employ white lawyers and accountants for the job. End quote. Now, the Los Angeles Sentinel is a Black-owned newspaper based in LA that started in 1933. One of their stories misquoted Nancy Wilson. She wasn't looking to hire an attorney or an accountant. She told the Sentinel that the accountant and attorney who were already in her employ had been with her for 5 years and that she had no plans on making any changes because she liked how they were handling her business. So now I'll cut to this article from the Courier-Post, published on February 24, 1965, that explains the misunderstanding. Quote, a remark that was never made was blamed today for remarks which stopped a show at the Latin Casino. Both singer Nancy Wilson and her attorney, Jay Cooper, denied that she ever made the remark which triggered an outburst by Cecil B Moore, president of the Philadelphia branch of the NAACP. The attorney said that the performer denied she ever had made that statement. I wasn't looking for anyone, the singer added. I've been dealing with and have been represented by the same people for 5 years, end quote. Now let's get into what Cecil B Moore did. You've heard Nancy's words, but let's assume that she actually did say that she couldn't find a competent Black attorney or accountant. Does that warrant what Cecil did? Back to the Jet article. Moore went to the casino to demand that she make a public apology, but when Miss Wilson balked, he went into action. Miss Wilson later asserted that she was misquoted in the article and that her remarks were taken out of context. Witnesses contend that Moore kept up a steady stream of invective and abuse aimed at Miss Wilson as she was performing on stage. Ignoring pleas of the predominantly white audience, who yelled at him to keep quiet, when a white patron seated with his wife at the next table complained to a waiter that Moore's profanity was annoying, the NAACP leader leaped to his feet and charged his new foe. Moore told Jet, "I called her those names. I will call any Negro those names who don't hire Negroes and try to stifle their ambitions. I went before a NAACP meeting and explained to them my stand, and both the meeting and my board of directors agreed with me." Moore boasted that his antics held up Miss Wilson's show for an hour. Moore remarked that her firing of Negro personal manager John Levy illustrates the contempt she has for Negroes, and if she wants Negroes to continue buying her records, she'd better prostrate herself. Wow, he really came there to put her in her place. Back to the article. Meanwhile, Miss Wilson on stage somehow never missed a note, and maintaining her smiling composure despite the disturbance, concluded one song and began another. "Please send me someone to love." Cecil B Moore did tell Jet, "My only regret is cursing her, although she deserved it." Now, keep in mind that Jet only reported what Cecil Moore did while Nancy Wilson was on stage. It's the Courier-Post that reported that he had charged into her dressing room before trying to ruin her show. Quote, Cooper said Moore had come into the singer's dressing room to demand that she apologize for a statement that she had been unable to find a competent Negro attorney and accountant, end quote. And even though Nancy denied making the statement in her dressing room, where, by the way, he had no business being, a total violation, he still went on to try to publicly embarrass her and wreck her show. He wanted to intimidate her into submission. A total clown. And think of it, these are the guys who were running around complaining about white men calling them the N-word, but never had a problem using racially charged language at their own group of women. Aunt Jemima bitch, that's kind of about as bad as it gets. Just another civil rights activist clown. But here's the kicker. The very next month, Cecil B. Moore was invited to a black church to be the guest speaker at their annual Women's Day event. And his topic? Civil rights. Of course. Sheesh. They've never been held accountable, y'all. I just covered a very similar story about a black male failed Texas politician from the same era, Curtis Graves. If you happen to watch Real Housewives of Potomac, Curtis Graves is the father of Giselle. When Barbara Jordan beat him by a huge margin in a Senate run in 1972, he called her the Aunt Jemima of Texas politics. Wow. Again, these guys who love to complain about white men calling them the N-word surely knew how to hurl racist words at black women. My sources for this story are Jet Magazine Archives, 1965, and Courier-Post Archives, 1965. Are you a content creator, influencer, or blogger who feels like your platform could use an extra boost? Are you thinking about becoming a content creator, but you don't know where to start, and you want to be sure that you dot all of your I's and cross all of your T's? If so, Layla Lynn can likely show you exactly what you need to get on your way. Her fun new class is called The Business of Blogging with Layla Lynn, and in it, she is sharing the fundamental principles of blogging in 2022. Because let's face it, social media is a moving target, and what worked well 5 years ago is likely not what works well today. And with Layla Lynn, you're getting the information from someone who is successful at putting the principles to practice on her own social media platforms, and she literally has the credentials to back it all up, as she holds degrees in social media marketing. Layla Lynn is a multiple six-figure earner whose first social media marketing course helped this channel go from earning $30 a month to earning 5 figures a month. I'm ready to dig in my heels and learn even more so that I can earn even more. Are you with me? If so, hit my link at the top of the description box and join her class to access this amazing, affordable advice from a woman who knows her business, the business of blogging. If you have a business, product, service, YouTube channel, or social media account that you would like to promote on my channel, email me at tiwan@tisaidwhattisaid.com to get rates for advertising on my community tab, my live streams, and or my edited videos, just like this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ty Said What Ty Said channel. Please leave a thumbs up and comment so that we can get a discussion going. And share this video on all of your social media, especially your Facebook. That really helps me out a lot. And subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can know when my next video is ready for you. And if you don't like what I'm saying, but you love it, feel free to hit that thanks button just below your video screen there and send me some
donations.
Yeah, baby. See you on the next video.